Is that a good idea? Is it a bad idea? I think it's an interesting conversation. Let's see what she has to say here.
Hi, folks. The Filipina P here. And if you ever thought about what it would be like to bring a woman from another country home with you, then this is the perfect video to watch. Meet Grace and Rob, a couple living in America who are discovering the challenges you face when two cultures collide. If you have a big age gap, will people stare at you? Will angry Karens confront you in the street? And will they whisper in your wife's ear, telling her she's too good?
This is another thing like blows American people's brains, or like Westerners and stuff, is large age gap relationships is just, and look, you can have an opinion on that. I don't care. But it's like, this has been a norm for a long time, age gap relationships. But it's like, if you tell Americans like over 5 years, it's like creepy or whatever. It's like, why is that the case?
Good for you. Will she like the food, the fast pace? And will she be able to make friends? Or will she be treated like a gold digger and shunned? Will other men hit on her and try to tempt her into divorcing you? Get ready to hear the answers to all these questions and plenty more.
There's a lot of temptation if you are not strong enough.
Hello, and thank you so much for agreeing to be interviewed. Where are you from in the Philippines?
Oh, Isabela, Ilocana.
Ilocana, okay. How old are you?
I'm 33.
33! You look like 13.
Oh, thank you.
How about you, Rob?
Hi, I'm Rob. I'm 58. Originally from Wisconsin. Transplanted to Florida in 2019.
Awesome. So you guys are married?
Married, yes. Yeah.
Happily?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We've had our ups and downs, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious about what is like age gap of marriages in the US over time. Do they have statistics on this? Let's see. So it's 5 years in 1880, 2.4 years in 2000, 2.2 years in 2022. Interesting. So maybe there's some correlation there between societal health and age gaps of relationships. 5 years to 2.2 years. Interesting. I wonder what it is. Age gaps of marriages in Asia over time. Is data even available? Let's see. So in less developed countries, 9 years, so even more. This trend is changing. Maybe there's some interesting correlation there with age gaps and societal health. Interesting.
So, how did you guys meet?
Through Facebook. She came up on my
Wow. That's the most boomer thing. Wow. Okay.
people I may know. And then I texted her and said hi, and she responded. But she was, like she's going to tell you, she was a bit scared. That I was a scammer.
Yeah.
Scammer? What did you do?
How is this dude gonna scam her? That's wild. Bro just did the Facebook dating app. That's what's up.
Yeah, I thought because, there's a random people trying to send a message to me like, hi, hello, can we chat? And then...
That's true. There's some scammers. Like, there's a lot of freaking annoying. Facebook Marketplace. You ever use Facebook Marketplace? Oh my gosh, the amount of scammers is unreal. I remember a few years I was trying to sell some furniture on there. And I ended up selling like a couch and some chairs. I made some money from it. But my gosh, the work and the amount of scammers trying to get money from you is insane. Facebook.
Later
Oh my
on, if I am trying to communicate with them, they are asking for a nude photo, something like that.
Okay. So, Facebook, where were you at this time?
I'm in Hong Kong.
Okay, so you worked in Hong Kong as an OFW, like overseas Filipino worker. For how long there?
8 to 12 months, yeah.
Yeah, because he asked me to quit my job because, a lot of...
Yeah, later on, yeah. Yeah, later on I did because, as I got to know Grace, we got to know each other, we got to chat more, we got to video call, and that's really where things...
Wait, like, how, I don't understand how this worked. Like, you just saw her on people you might know. Why was she on that list? This is wild. I don't understand this story.
Things for us that, for me, it really changed my life is when we were video calling, and I knew Grace was different, and from other girls and and I knew she was a different girl, and that's really where I fell in love with her. And I saw how the OFW.
This is big, guys. Listen to this. So, video calling, very important. If you're going to do any sort of using apps and you're in the US at that point and they're in a different country, if they're unwilling to video chat with you, you know it's a scam or you know it's a suspicious situation. So if they're not willing to video chat with you at some point, they're not really into you or it's a scam or they don't want to show their face because it's not a real profile. Okay, so that's rule number one with this stuff. So this guy did it wisely.
Was, really kind of toxic and self-destructive, they're working, night domestic help, but they're asking them to do lots of different things, right? And then they get a little bit of time off on Sundays. And morning time, she was like making deliveries and
Must have been very hard life
it's
there.
really hard.
it was, yeah.
Yeah, he saved me from that situation,
I heard that there were lots of horror stories being an OFW.
Yeah.
So did you experience any abuse or
Oh yeah,
What
a
was-
lot. He took everything like he don't have
Philippines?
Ex, I had a Philippine ex, and I visited Philippines a couple
Oh,
of times.
so you used to be married to a Filipina?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Before.
Oh,
how long?
interesting. Okay.
Well, the actual time together was probably 90-ish days, but the marriage on paper was like about two years, something like that, 2-3 years.
Okay. So if
And
you
we-
don't
we
mind my
divorced.
asking, what happened?
Her face.
She didn't.
What? Look at her face.
If you don't
we
mind my
divorced.
asking, what happened?
What happened, boys?
She didn't love me. We weren't. Yeah,
Got
she was
scammed.
more of in
Money.
it for the opportunity to come to the United States
Yeah.
to
Where did you meet her? I mean,
Facebook.
Facebook.
What? What? How's this? I've never even thought about this. Like, what the heck? How do you even meet? Like, I've never even considered this. How does he do this? Yeah. Okay, you can add locations to it. I've never even thought about this. I'm always looking for new ways for guys to meet girls and stuff. And I've never thought about this. I know Facebook has a dating, they just added like a dating thing or whatever. Oh, Facebook dating's been around for a while. Okay, maybe I'm the boomer. Maybe I don't know how to use it. I can't imagine it's good, but so the other dating apps were weird. I've never even thought about, dude, this dude's a headache. This dude's like a Facebook dating chat.
Okay. When you saw her photos, her profile on Facebook, what made you decide to say hi to her?
She seemed like she was a sweet girl, like a genuine girl. Like I said, I had that experience with my ex, and I kind of knew what I didn't want by that.
Okay.
That kind of told me I needed someone who's more giving, more sweet, kind. And she looking at her pictures and what she was doing, and seeing some of the videos she had, it kind of gave me that impression of her.
It's not bad. I never thought about this, but like doing this through Facebook, because like, especially if they have stuff on there, you can kind of actually get an idea of what their life is. Dating apps, it's like this very curated thing. It's this very like putting up a front sort of situation. But, people's like social media feeds are going to be a little more less curated in that sense.
And then
So
we
it's
started
interesting.
chatting, and then that really, helped me to get to know her better. And finally, when we did video call, that's when I knew.
Okay.
that she
What
was-
did
she
you
was
like
sweet.
about him? What did you like about Rob?
Honestly, money.
Money. No. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Crazy.
Money.
Bro's face, he's like, damn it. But outed.
No. Okay. Money and
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But I like the
Crazy.
way he accept me, my kids, my family.
Oh, and she had kids. Well, if you're going to have a gap this big, kids are probably going to be somewhat part of the package deal. So we're going to stop the stream there. We'll cover some more topics later this week. If you watch the stream, like it down below and leave a comment. And I'm going to try to stream 2 or 3 times a week, clipping videos out.